All right, today for history, we're starting on page 327. All right, so let's begin reading. Did we read part of that yesterday? Yes, we did. So we're starting where it says Spanish-American War. So halfway down the page, everybody should be looking where it says Spanish-American War and follow along as I read, please. During the war, Mr. Roosevelt was put in charge of a group of men called the
Rough Riders.
This group was made up of cowboys, miners, law enforcement officers, and Native Americans. They were known for their bravery. The Rough Riders became famous when they fought in the Battle of San Juan Hill, which helped to end the war. That was the Spanish-American War. Turn the page. When the war ended, Mr. Roosevelt returned to America as a national hero because of his bravery. He said, read it with me, "Speak softly and carry a big stick. You will go far." This meant that America should try to talk countries into peace, but show their power and be ready to fight if needed. So if talking to get to peace doesn't work, then be ready to fight. In 1898, after his time as a soldier, Theodore Roosevelt was elected governor of New York. When President McKinley was running for election again, he asked Mr. Roosevelt to be his vice president, and he accepted. President McKinley won. However, he was shot and later died. Because of this, on September 14th, Theodore Roosevelt became the youngest man ever to be president of the United States. The youngest president. He may have been young, but President Roosevelt was ready to make some big changes. How did this young president find the wisdom to do his job? President Roosevelt went to the Bible for help each day. He had gone to college and to law school, but he said, read what he said, "A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education." You're not following along as I read. A good education is important, but without wisdom from God, President Roosevelt knew he could not do his job well. The Panama Canal. Many countries still wanted a way to get from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean without having to sail around South America. Remember we talked about this a long time ago, back when we were talking about Christopher Columbus, how you have to go all the way around? President Roosevelt knew that if he purchased a portion of land from the country of Panama, he could build a canal that would allow ships to avoid a much longer voyage. First, America helped Panama gain their independence as a country. Once that was done, the work began on the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal was completed in 1914. When President Roosevelt traveled to Panama to inspect the work, he was the first president to visit a foreign country while in office. All right, so they made this canal that went through between South America and Central America, and that way you could go through to get from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean without having to go all the way around the bottom of South America. Turn the page. Other important accomplishments. We're going to read first, and then you can ask me whatever you want to ask me. Okay? Other important accomplishments. President Roosevelt had lived in the West and knew there were problems with lack of water. He put into place an act that would help Western farmers irrigate their crops. What does irrigate your crops mean?
Water?
Yes, just bring water to them. It's very dry out there, and they needed a way to get water to their crops. The Western United States began to grow quickly because of this. As president, Mr. Roosevelt created a policy called the Square Deal. This plan did several things. It made sure big businesses did what they were supposed to do. It made food and meat companies label their food so that people would know the food was safe to eat. It set aside land so that it would stay natural and beautiful for everyone to enjoy, like the Grand Canyon National Park. Okay? They can't just build condos on either side of the Grand Canyon and ruin the view for everybody. Okay, you can go there because it is a national park. You can't destroy the beauty of it. As the country was expanding, President Roosevelt saw the need to save some of the wilderness lands. He loved hunting and being outdoors, but the land the animals needed was quickly being developed. Houses were built, farmers put up fences to keep their animals in and wild animals out, and towns were growing all over this great country. President Roosevelt created 5 national parks and over 150 national forests. These areas could not have houses or buildings on them. They were specially set aside for the wildlife of the region. The Grand Canyon became a national monument because of the square deal. All right, top of the next page. President Roosevelt also started the U.S. Forest Service that could use rangers. How many of you have heard of park rangers that work in a forest? Okay, a group of men and women to take care of these parks and forests. He set aside over 50 bird sanctuaries. These are places where birds and other animals are not allowed to be hunted. All right, so Theodore Roosevelt once said, "We are not building this country of ours for a day. It is to last through the ages." So if we don't take care of our natural resources, we will ruin our country, won't we? So he was trying to think of a way that we could save our country so it would last for ages. Next, life in the White House. When Theodore Roosevelt lived in the White House, his family had quite a few pets. Some were normal pets, cats, dogs, horses, and guinea pigs. But the Roosevelt family also had some very unusual pets, including bears, parrots, kangaroo rats, and even a zebra and a coyote. President Roosevelt loved his family and enjoyed having them with him as much as possible. The children liked living in the White House. They had a fort in the attic and played many games on the lawn and in the gardens. Once, his son Quentin took his pony up the elevator inside the White House. Turn the page. Actually, that's where we're stopping today. That's where we'll start tomorrow. All right, now you need your map skills. We're doing map skills 21. Please put away your history books. I don't want your history books out now. I just want your map skills out. What?
Did you know Theodore Roosevelt was on the MASH? What's the place where it has like 5 people and rocks?
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's on that.
Yes, I saw that this past summer when we went traveling. All right. Now, first of all, you need to look on the right-hand side of your paper and you see this little symbol that has N and S and W and E. Who can tell me what that's called? Do you remember? Other way around. Compass rose. Very good. It's a compass rose. And below that, you need to be on the right page so you know what I'm talking about. Please get to Map Skills 21. It's on page 41. Okay, I don't know what you're doing. I told you to get to Map Skills 21, which is page 41. That is not where you're supposed to be. Evidently, you were absent one day when we did it. All right, so on the right-hand side, you see a compass rose. That gives you directions. North is always up when you're looking at a map. South is always down when you're looking at a map. To the right is the east, to the left is the west, and in between you have northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Does everybody see that on the compass rose? All right, below that we have what's called a what? What does it say?
Map key.
Map key. Some of you are not even looking at your page. Do you understand I need you looking at your page? So get your eyes on the map key. We're going to read the map key right now. This is not time to play with our pencils. All right, so look at the top of the map key. You see a cream color, and they said that that is representing apparel, which is another word for clothing. Map key. Please look at the map key. Does everybody understand you're supposed to be looking at the map key? All right, then you see a pinkish section, which is representing food. A purple section is?
Services.
And the blue section?
Specialty.
Okay, it's just pronounced specialty. The word is special, then you add a TY, it is specialty. Specialty. You know what? I'm not sure. But this is specialty shops. All right, then if you see a green dollar sign, that is an ATM machine where you can get money out if you have money in the bank. Then when they have that little box with arrows up and down, that's the elevator. The red sign, circle, that's your exit. And then the next symbol on the wheelchair is the handicap accessible. Then a man and a woman, that's the restroom. And then the zigzaggy line going up is the stairs. And then last of all, they're showing you a water fountain. All right. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Some of you didn't because you weren't even looking. Now, look at the map. What is the map of? What do you think that is?
A mall.
Very good. That is a mall. And we're going to use the map key, the compass rose, and all these things to answer the question. So everybody look at number 1. How many specialty stores are in the mall? Do not blurt out the answer. Count them up and raise your hand. How many specialty stores are in the mall? Adam. 10. If you count all the blue, remember the specialty stores had a blue background. So if you count, please put your book down on your desk. Put your book down on your desk completely. Thank you. All right, so 10 blue sections, so you put just 10. The jewelry store is what direction of the shoe store? So you need to go to the shoe store first. So go put your finger on the shoe store. Apparel, that would be yellow. And the one with a shoe is a shoe store. Which direction are you going to go, Lily? From the shoe store to the jewelry store? North. Very good. So circle north. The jewelry store is north of the shoe store. That's why you need to go to the shoe store first to see which direction you'd have to go to get to the jewelry store. May I have one of those since you don't need both and you're playing with them? Do you need both? Okay, well stop playing with them. Yes, ma'am? All right, number 3. If you leave the teddy bear store and want to visit the pet store, you should go which direction? So you need to go to the teddy bear store first. Alex. Well, you're going up, so that's north, but you're going over to the right or to the left? Are you going to the right or to the left? You're going to the right. So that's not northwest. That's northeast. Very good. Northeast. Northeast. Number 4, the taco stand is which direction of the coffee shop? So that means you go to the coffee shop. Go to the coffee shop. To get to the taco stand, you're going to go which direction? West. Did you go to the coffee shop first? Yes, east. Coffee, if to get to the taco shop, if you're at the coffee shop, to get to the taco shop, you're going east. You're going to the right. All right, the burger stand is which direction of the perfume store? So you got to go to the perfume store first. Go to the perfume store. Which direction is it to get to the burger stand? Landon?
Southwest.
No. Did you go to the perfume store? The perfume store is up in the top left-hand corner. If you're going to the burger stand, you're going down, which is south, but you're going which way? To the right or to the left? Yes, the right is which direction? East. Yes, to the right is east, guys. South, east. To the right is east. To the left is west. Okay? All right, number 6. The music store is which direction of the sports store? So go to the sports store. Brennan. Go to the sports store. Which direction would you need to go to get to the music store? South. Because you're going down on the map. South. How many exits does this mall have? And if you need to remind yourself, go back to the map key to see what the symbol for an exit was. Riley, how many exits?
2.
Try again. 4. Very good. 2 at the top and 2 on either side. So 2 at the top, 2 on either side. That's 4. How many stores are in the food court? So look back at the map key to see which color represents food. Didn't you already answer one? If you already answered, let other people have a chance. Ben? 6. Very good. There are 6 food stores. They're all represented by red background or pink background. how many exits are handicap accessible? So you're gonna have to go back and check the exits again, but this time you're checking for handicap accessible. Tess. 3, very good. All right, now did you guys notice that they were names for the streets? Because evidently this is sort of weird, because I thought it was a mall. Malls wouldn't have streets, but they are naming the streets. So maybe they're naming the corridors in the mall? I don't know, or maybe it's just one of those outdoor mall areas. If you were at the jewelry store and the fire alarm went off, what is the closest exit to use? Oh, it's exiting to those streets. Never mind, that's what it is.
Main Street.
Very good. The Main Street exit is closest to the jewelry store. So just write Main Street. If you don't know how to write Main Street, look at the top near the jewelry store and you can see where it says Main Street. Excuse me, stop talking out. The Main Street exit is the closest to the jewelry store. If there was a fire alarm going off, you would go out the closest exit. Stop talking out, please.